Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, you know who I am, Matty Best, joined by Big Al Better. Big Al, how we feeling tonight?
We are feeling good, guys. We are back at it like crack addicts. It is Thursday night football. We're entering week 5, which is crazy. We're already 5 weeks into the season. Obviously, we got a banger of a matchup for you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome on in. This is Beat the Book. We do sports betting here, and we go through your primetime games, and we have a Sunday video where we jump in. We give you guys our locks of the week. We give you guys a teaser. We give you guys touchdown scores, prop bet parlays. It's all good fun around here. The book's been kind of good this year. It's been a little struggle to beat the book in the first 4 weeks, but you've got some pretenders and you've got some real teams, and you're trying to figure out which is which. Week 5 is kind of when the board seems to get a little bit clearer. You see who's real, you see who's not, and people get exposed. So we should be seeing the board a little bit clearer here and being able to give you guys some great picks. For tonight's matchup, obviously you can see on the screen behind me, we got the Niners at the Rams. That says Rams versus Niners. You guys get the picture. Spread right now is 6.5 over on DraftKings. Niners are underdogs. Rams are favored. Obviously, the Rams are 3-1. Niners also 3-1, taking that loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars this last Sunday. The Rams took on the good Colts team. They beat them by, 7?
They beat them by a touchdown.
Beat them by a touchdown at the end there. The over-under for this game is set at 46.5. It has moved because last night it was at 47.5. So the spread moved from 5.5 to 6.5. And the over-under moved from 47.5 down to 46.5. Purdy is questionable, but I'm expecting him to play. And then Pearsall was also questionable, but I think we all expect him to play. As far as the Rams go, I believe they're all healthy. So as far as all the big pieces you need to know about on offense.
And obviously you have the home team in the Rams, so obviously they're going to be favored in this game when both teams are 3-1, and it's a divisional matchup. And the question marks on the Rams, on the Niners compared to the Rams being fully healthy, that obviously feeds a lot into this spread too, where it's like they got a fully healthy team with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams leading the charge there. Also got Kyron Williams in the backfield, so
absolutely.
Yeah, and Stafford obviously at the helm of that offense.
Right.
Playing really good football right now too. So
yep.
You want me to jump into this with my picks?
Yeah, go for it.
We're just going to take the team that's healthier and the team that's at home. I do like the home field advantage that a lot of teams get. Talked about it a lot when we were talking about at the start of the season, or I guess the preseason when we were talking about schedule breakdowns and stuff like that. I do give a very massive advantage to home field, especially when you're playing against a team like this that's been beat up all year. You don't know if it's going to be Brock Purdy or if it's going to be Mac Jones. So I mean, all the books, they all think Purdy's going to play. Like, every quarterback stat that you can find, they all have Brock Purdy.
Yep.
So, they think Purdy's going to play, and hopefully he does, because then we'll get an exciting game, hopefully a great matchup. But I'm going to be on the Rams here at -6.5. Like I said, taking the home team, taking the healthier team. But what I am going to do here is I'm going to be on the under 46.5. I think 46.5 is a lot of points for the Niners to get. They didn't look that great last week against the Jags.
Okay.
And Purdy was back. So, obviously, he's still injured a little bit, and I just don't see the Rams. They're not this powerhouse that's going to drop 40 points on a bad team or an injured team. They're just going to kind of do their thing, probably score around 24 to 27, and then, we'll see what the Niners can do in this game against that defense. But, yeah, I like the Rams here in this one, and I'm also taking the under.
Okay. I'm going to be on a slightly different tack than you. I'm going to be, so let me set the stage for you. In the last 10 games these teams have played, the Niners have won 6 of the 10. Okay. Now, the catch to that is the Rams have won the last 3.
Okay.
Which is interesting because if you remember last year, the Rams were really hurt early on in the year. They still managed to beat the Niners.
Yep.
And then they played in that really terrible Thursday night game that was 12-6 at the end of one of the last weeks of the season. I'm going to go ahead and take the Niners here plus the 6.5. I think it's just too many points. I think it's going to be a really close game. And I will say, in these last 3 the Rams have won, which before that, like I said, it was all Niners.
Yeah.
Aside from, and in all 3 of those games that the Rams won, they never covered, like, this summer.
6.5.
The biggest the score was that 12-6 game.
Oh, okay.
Which the Niners looked terrible. And it was a monsoon, and they were just field goals all day long. So, anyway, give me the Niners here plus 6.5. I feel like it's just too many points. And I like Purdy on a little bounce back spot. I think last week he might have just been getting in the swing of things. The Jags defense does look pretty good. So give me that. And then I'm going to go be on the under with you at 46.5.
Nice.
The Niners have the 5th best pass defense.
Okay.
And the middle of the pack against the run. And the Rams have the 12th best pass defense and the 10th best rush defense. So you have 2 pretty good defenses here. So, yeah, I like the under as well here.
Yeah, it makes sense, in my opinion, where it's like the Niners are kind of beat up, and it is divisional. We do, for the most part, we see divisional games go under You know the team very well. Your defensive scheme is a little bit better than their offensive scheme just because you play the opponents twice a year. Yeah, and like you just said, obviously I didn't have those stats. I didn't bring those with me. But those stats are obviously, they feed the under in this one, where it's like,
I think so.
You're not going to see the Niners like the Colts only have 10 men on the field. They're going to have full 11 on every single play on defense.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I like that too. Let's jump into 3-pick parlays. Okay. I'll start off since I started off with the picks too. First off, we're going Matthew Stafford, 220 plus passing yards. Too many weapons to be able to fail, in my opinion. I think 220 is a great line for him. Last week, obviously, had a great game against the Colts. Obviously, a weaker passing defense than against the Niners. But I like Stafford in this one. Like I said, too many weapons to actually be able to fail. So let's go with 220 on Stafford. Next, we're going Devontae Adams at 60-plus receiving yards. I think the last couple weeks, especially last week for Puka Nacua, 170 yards, career day for him. I like Devontae Adams to get right in this one, too, especially when the Niners, they played against Puka now twice already because he was a rookie last year. So they played against him twice last year. And then now you got to go up against Devontae Adams, who you've only ever had to play once a year, if that, against the Packers when he was over there. So give me Devontae Adams have a big game in this one with 60+. And then we're going with a little bit of a wild card who had a big game last week but only had 2 targets, 1 catch, 88 yards. We're going Tutu Atwell at 15+ receiving yards. I think he got a lot of confidence with Stafford when Stafford's like, hey, you literally saw the missing coverage that I did. They had one less guy. Guess what? That's a confidence boost when you can just just throw it to the guy. He takes it for 88 yards. So let's go Tutu Atwell. I think he'll probably have around 3 catches for about 18, 25 yards. If he can make a big one, maybe even more than that. But yeah, so pays out plus 440. Like we say, these 3 picks, it's kind of hard to make it, 400, 500, 600. Hard to get up to that 600 number, but I like the plus 440. So we got Stafford at 220 plus passing yards. We got Devontae Adams at 60 plus receiving yards. And then we're going with Tutu Atwell. Only had 1 catch last week for 88 yards. We're taking him for 15 yards. That is only 1 catch for him, in my opinion, especially because we know how good Stafford is. And that pays out plus 440.
Okay. I will say the Stafford 220 worries me a little bit.
Does it?
It's Stafford. I get it.
Yeah.
But you're talking the 5th best pass defense for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
5th, top 5.
Yeah.
In the whole league.
But you're talking about arguably the best receiver in football right now.
They've allowed 190 yards a game.
But they have the best receiver in football right now.
Sure.
Yeah. And Puka.
What
and
are
then
they
also
gonna,
the
what are
second,
they gonna do?
the obviously best route runner.
What are they gonna do?
They're gonna double Puka, and Devontae Adams is about to go off for 160.
All right. So anyway, I say that they've got the 5th best pass defense. Let me hop into my 3.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Mine pays out a little bit more than yours.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Well, we'll see.
My first pick, Puka Nacua. Over his line of 96.5 receiving yards.
96.5.
He's averaging 128 a game so far this season. So give me him to get to over 96.5
every single.
This is basically AJ Brown from a couple years ago when he was getting 100 every game, had 11 straight games at 100 yards. And when you can get him under that, I think we have to take it. And if it comes back to bite us, so be it. Next, I got Devontae Adams also over his line of 57.5. So I don't need the 60 you're taking.
Okay.
I just need his line of 57.5. Then my final line is going to be Christian McCaffrey over his rushing line, which seems a little low to me. Only 60.5.
Only 60.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually like that a lot.
That pays out plus 525 over on the old DraftKings.
Okay. 585. Look at that. I like that. I will say the one thing I don't like is the Puka play, but it makes sense because he is leading the league right now in receiving, I believe.
Yep,
so,
he is.
Yeah, so.
He was leading going into that game.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was just like, I guess I'll just drop 170.
I guess I'll just add even more to it.
Yeah, so the Puka over 100, obviously, if anybody, like you said, the Niners pass defense, 5th best, that's fine. This is kind of a really good test for Puka. Because if Puka does cross that 100 yards, it's like nobody's going to be able to stop him. He is inevitable. He is Thanos. He doesn't care. Throw me the ball. I'm going to do whatever I want to with it.
That's one way to look at it. The other way you look at it is the Niners' pass defense only had to play Sam Darnold week 1, who was still figuring out a new offense, then played the Saints with Spencer Rattler, and then played Trevor Lawrence.
So a little, I mean, Trevor had a good game, though. A decent game, I guess, because the running back kind of went crazy, ETN. But, yeah, that's a good point, too. It could just be smoke and mirrors right now because of the opponents that they've had to play.
Right.
So I guess we will see how good their pass defense actually is.
Well, and they played the Cardinals too, but Kyler Murray is not exactly lighting up the yardage.
Yeah, Kyler Murray is no Matthew Stafford.
No, he's not. So it'll be a good test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's two interesting ones. So, like, it is funny because you've got Stafford 220 plus, and I'm like, I don't like it, but I do like 100 for Puka and 60. So
Yeah, so
I
you
like
like
at least 160
yards
yards
already.
But those are the two main guys.
Well, yes, but you
So-
have over and over. So we can get 220 yards just between both of them.
160 would be both of them getting 40.
No, but I'm
yards
saying,
in
like,
my
we
line.
could get all the 220 yards that we need with them both having big games at 120
We
apiece.
could. Let's not wax poetic, Matt. Let's move on to touchdown scores.
All
That's your favorite part of the video.
It
I
is.
don't know.
It's
I
always
don't
my
think
favorite
you've been
part
that
of the
hot
video.
this year though with touchdown scores.
I have not been that hot. I don't think I've been that bad though either, because a lot of the touchdown scores I do bring are plus 200 to plus 150 to plus 250. So, you know, it's been all right. I'll actually look up all the numbers, and we'll go and on our next primetime video. Maybe we'll just do it next Thursday, since that's what we're doing right now. I'll bring all my touchdown scores for all the primetime games, and we can add them up and see how we're doing on the year. Or maybe we'll wait till halfway through the season. We'll see. My first touchdown score right here, pretty easy. Christian McCaffrey. Love Christian McCaffrey here. He is a minus money play, which I don't normally take in mine, but we do have a reach pick this week, so it's perfectly fine. Yes, it's back. You guys are welcome. Christian McCaffrey minus 125. He's going to get in the end zone. Still one of the best running backs in football. Don't care what you say, and he does it every single way. So it's probably going to end up being a receiving touchdown. I don't care. Anytime touchdown works for me. Next, we're going Devontae Adams at plus 110. Love Devontae Adams this week. I just do think the Niners should be able to guard Puka. I do. Maybe not, stop him from getting in the end zone, but I like Devontae Adams a little bit more than I do Puka this week. Then we're going to move on to Blake Corum at plus 330.
Wow.
That's kind of a little bit of a reach there. He had 9 carries last week.
Yep.
And if you're telling me that 9 carries isn't enough to get in the end zone, I mean, I wouldn't believe you. So 9 carries, if that can bump up a little bit more, I'm okay with it. Even if it stays at 9, still love it. I think Blake Corum has that ability to break out. He only averaged 2.7 yards a carry last week, so obviously not that great. You want to see that move up. But against this Niners team that doesn't have Fred Warner, right? Is it Fred? No, it's Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa's gone. So it's I think that their run defense is going to be a little bit softer this week. Just kind of like how it was last week. ETN had a great game. So let's do the same thing here and have, the backup running back get in the end zone for plus 330. Then my reach play. And I don't think this
Plus
is a reach.
330 isn't your reach?
No, I had a plus 390.
Okay.
It's Jake Tonjes. Had a touchdown last week. Had 5 targets, 3 catches, 58 yards. He is the new Kittle while Kittle's gone. He's their tight end. He's their number 1 tight end. 5 targets? Dude, George Kittle, take as much time as you need. You can't come back till week 6. Guess what? We're going to cash this week. And this is after he got a touchdown last week. He's still plus 390. So if he gets a touchdown this week, I see that number probably drop into a plus 280.
Purdy likes tight ends.
Exactly. And we know this. So if he is playing this week, I don't like Mac Jones. I don't like it if it's Mac Jones. But if it's Brock Purdy, he loves the big guys, loves the tight ends. That's my reach. Jake Tonjes at plus 390.
Okay. We have 2 of the same.
There we go. Love to hear it.
Jake Tonjes and Blake Corum.
Oh, whoa!
No, I'm kidding.
No,
I also have Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
He's the second favorite in the game behind Kyron, which Kyron's
Yeah.
minus 210. I don't really understand why. Both teams have only given up 2 rushing touchdowns. Both teams have also given up 5 passing touchdowns. So
okay.
They're both the exact tied for their
Love
defenses, what they've given up. So give me McCaffrey here, minus 125 to get in the end zone. Then I also like Devontae Adams, which he was actually at plus 115.
Oh, okay. Moving up a little bit.
And then my final pick's going to be Ricky Pearsall at plus 190, assuming he plays. He's been a stud so far this year. I expect that to continue, and I expect Purdy to play much better this week than he did last week. He had a couple picks that are uncharacteristic, but I think they were both tipped, though. So, yeah, I like that a lot. So, I like McCaffrey, Pearsall, and Devontae Adams. Those are my 3.
There you go. I do like the Ricky Pearsall pick, but I saw Blake Corum and Tonjes, and I was like, okay, we're going with these guys.
Yeah, Pearsall plus 190?
Yeah, but it's because
really...
he had 30 yards last week.
Okay, well, they had a bad week offensively.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, there's reasons the book does what they do, and he's obviously still better bets than Blake Corum or Tonjes, but I do like the play there for Ricky. He has, like you said, he's been killing it this year. Last week was a bad week for him, but he's also still fighting an injury, too. So, got to give people, the benefit of the doubt when they go out there after they've gotten injured. So, yeah, a little bounce back game for him. Another week from that injury. Hopefully it doesn't re-aggravate it in practice this week, and just good to go after a short week.
I will say, the spread being this high, my final thoughts on the spread and the over-under.
Yep.
The spread being this high and the over-under being as high as it is for what's supposed to be a banged-up Niners team against a really good Rams team makes me feel like I'm on the wrong side and I should be on the over and the Rams just to score 40. But I'm just trusting Shanahan and the Niners, and when I saw that stat that they've won 6 of the last 10, I was like, I got behind with that. So, and 6.5 is a lot of points.
Yeah, it is.